Hi, I'm Jeff Gonzalez, president of Trident Concepts, and today I want to talk to you about post-shooting assessments and scans. So first, let's talk about what is a post-shooting assessment. Obviously, it happens after the shooting, but what is it really? Most of the time, people get really wrapped around the axle with keeping things in a very narrow focus as far as their scans are concerned. And one of the things that I try to get across is that you're actually going to need to perform 3 different types of scans. So whatever the justification was for using deadly force, that's behind you. But what we have to do is we have to make sure that what we're seeing makes sense to us realistically. And what I mean by that is just because you see the target go to the ground doesn't mean that that target is out. So the very first thing that we talk about is what we call a target scan. And once I've made the decision to employ deadly force, the next thing I need to figure out is did my work complete the actual task? In other words, did I stop the deadly force threat? So the target scan should basically kind of come up with 2 questions. Did I hit the target? And if so, did it work? Because if I get a negative to any of those questions, I'm going to need to reapply that deadly force again until I get what I want. Because remember, bad guys, they could trip and fall trying to get away from you. They could actually be taking cover, getting small, looking to minimize the chance of getting shot. These are all things that they could be thinking just as much as we could be thinking. So don't just assume that because they fall from your sight picture that they are out of the fight. So once you've dealt with that deadly force threat, that's the known. We know that because we've already made that justification to use deadly force. The very next thing we need to start to deal with are the unknowns, and that's going to be like our immediate threat zone. So that's going to be somebody that was either in close proximity to the first original known threat or that comes from close proximity out of view into basically the attack site. So what are some of the reasons for this? Well, remember, when you have that chemical cocktail dumped into your body, your field of view is going to narrow. So you may only see that original known target. But what we have to do is we have to take a step back, and we actually have to look in the general vicinity to see what were the other people do, or what were the other people that were there going to do now, and is somebody coming to the aid of the target that I just shot. So that immediate threat zone is basically think about 3 meters to one side and the other. So if you were to scan about 3 meters and then back to the known target and scan about 3 meters and back to the known target, you would pretty much complete that immediate target scan. Why do I always come back to the known target? Well, again, humans are extremely resilient. And while I might have put him down and he might not be responsive, that doesn't mean that he can't still reanimate and become a threat down the road. So coming back to the known makes me kind of reconfirm that first target scan. All right. So once I've done that target and immediate scan, the next thing that I have to start to do is I have to start thinking even bigger picture. I got to take a step back and start thinking about, okay, where am I at and what else is around me? So that basically is what we would consider to be like a 360-degree scan. But the other thing I tell people is that don't just get focused on what's at ground level. Start thinking about second story and even rooftop scenarios. Get your head up, start looking around, start thinking about the bigger picture. Now in this area scan, this is also the time that we talk about where's my last piece of cover, where's my next piece of cover, where are my family members or potential teammates, and where's my exit. These are the important things that I need to start thinking about after I've employed deadly force. Like, oh, okay, maybe I don't want to be standing out here in the open, but I didn't pay attention to my surroundings as well as I should have before. So now I need to kind of come up, take in some air, look around me. Oh, I can move behind this vehicle or move behind this corner. Or maybe I need to actually exit and here is my escape route. So when you start to think about these, one of the things that I talk about is that we see this on the range a lot, which is nothing more than just waving a magic wand. be careful about how you program yourself. You need to move with the idea that you need to be able to process the information that you're seeing. So if you're moving your head so quickly that there's no way that you can actually pick up on, number one, a target indicator, or being able to positively identify the target as a deadly force threat, you're not doing yourself any good. So slow down, take in that information, make good decisions based on what you're seeing, and then try not to be so reaction that you are you do something that you later regret. All right, I'm Jeff Gonzalez. Would love to hear your questions or comments. Please feel free to post them down below. Until then, take care and stay safe.